Playboi Carti and Kanye West are pretty much as influential yet mysterious you can be as an artist, having some of the most diehard fan bases even though they are treated like garbage, pretty much making Carti and Ye a match made in heaven, both wanting to break the boundaries of rap and take it to the next level, yet making it seem like they are never going to release their music to the public, which led to the two teaming up and supposedly working on an entire album together, with them also planning a worldwide tour with Lil Uzi Vert, making fans believe they could have got one of the greatest tours in history. So how did Carti, Ye and Uzi even get to working on this entire project? Why was the album and tour scrapped? And could we expect something from them again in the future? Playboi Carti and Kanye West would first meet in 2016, where at this point in time, Carti was a 20-year-old kid that had just been signed to A$AP Rocky's Orge Collective, whilst Kanye was deep into his legendary career, dropping his 7th studio album, The Life of Pablo, in that year. In the September of 2016, during the Good Music pop-up show, Ye would bring out Carti to perform his song What? Which was obviously a huge moment for the size Carti was at the time, as he didn't even have an official mixtape out yet. And it would seem like Ye knew the potential Carti had from early on, as in a more recent interview, he would speak about bringing Carti out back in 2016 and how he was mesmerized by the way the crowd responded to his performance.
What makes Carti so special to you? Like, it's like on some like Ye, and like it's like the super young Ye energy. What is it about Carti?
I saw it back when we did season 3. We had a concert afterwards,
Right.
and at the season 3 fashion show we had a concert, and we were in a smaller venue, and you know, he went to the stage and just all the kids lit up like it was a different level of energy. That was 10 years ago, 9-10 years ago.
Damn.
And since then, it's just, you know, the trajectory is just crazy. He's getting better and better and just honing his skills, and you know, he's considered to be the best live performer at this point.
During that year, Carti would also be photographed wearing a Donda shirt, who, if you didn't know, was Kanye's mother, whilst also modeling for Ye's Yeezy Season 4 collection towards the end of the year. And fun fact, later that year at a show, Carti would take that shirt off and throw it into the crowd. A fan actually caught it, took it home, and since has posted pictures of the shirt on Reddit, claiming he is still yet to wash it. Average Carti fan, I guess you could say. Moving into 2017, it seemed like the two had maintained their relationship, as Playboi Carti would model for the Yeezy Season 5 collection, wearing the sample Wave Runners, which he would also be seen wearing in this iconic first ever picture of him and Ye that would be taken on the same day as the shoe. Now, if I had to guess how this connection between the two even happened in the first place, well, I would say it was due to the creative Ian Connor, who not only used to be Playboi Carti's manager and right-hand man, but also one of Ye's fashion proteges. Now, funnily enough, even with this acknowledgement of Carti's potential, the two wouldn't link up again publicly until the rollout of Carti's Whole Lotta Red, which is of course not to say the two didn't work behind the scenes throughout that period, they just probably didn't share it online. As we know, both of these two are pretty much as mysterious as you can get as a rapper. Well, this would be until the November of 2020, where Carti was deep into the rollout of his second studio album, Whole Lotta Red, posting a snippet on Instagram of himself dancing to a verse from Ye on a balcony. Which he would caption, "Okay" at Kanye West, showing to fans that this will probably feature on the album, whilst also saying thank you at Young Lord, which is the Instagram account of A$AP Bari, with it looking like Carti was thanking him for potentially making this collab happen, which Bari would clarify on his Instagram 2 years after the album's release, saying that he played a Kanye song produced by Weezy to Carti, where he would also complain that Carti never paid him or gave him credit for making the entire thing happen, which is an odd thing to say as Carti did in fact thank him in the Instagram caption. Anyways, off topic. The album would of course eventually drop on Christmas Day, with Kanye West actually executively producing the entire project, and of course featuring on Go to the Moon, which actually was originally a song Ye recorded for a future song titled In Abundance for his Purple Rain mixtape. Now the song never made it onto the album that ended up dropping in 2016. Even with the song not being used, Ye would keep it and actually re-recorded his verse over a Wheezy beat in 2018, titling it Bipolar, with this verse being the one you would hear on Whole Lotta Red today. Just a couple months after the release of Whole Lotta Red, Carti will do an interview with the Inked mag, where he would explain how Ye even got involved with this album in the first place. In their article they would write, Carti had 16 tracks finalized for Whole Lotta Red, but then Kanye West called offering to help workshop the project. They recorded 16 more tracks together, both at West Jackson Hole Studio and at his home base in Calabasas, making West, now featured on Go to the Moon, the album's executive producer. I felt like that little boy again, just smiling being around him, Carti says. He's a creative genius and I feel the same way about myself. It's like he understood everything I was on, and I understood everything he was on. He wasn't no yes man, but he just understood my vision and he rocked with it. One of these additional 16 tracks Carti and Ye recorded right before the release of Whole Lotta Red would be Made It or Opipsy. The song is very similar to Made It This Far by Carti, as this track contains Ye and Carti reflecting on their journey to success. The song's first version will be created on the 6th of December in 2020, where at this point in time it was just Kanye vocals over an Oggi Volta beat. Just over 2 weeks later, on the 23rd of December, Carti would hop on the song and record his verse, with the song obviously never making it to an official release, however would eventually surface online on the 11th of September of 2023. Now this song actually has a very interesting and funny backstory. So obviously this was a Carti and Ye track that was recorded right before the release of Whole Lotta Red. Well, after hackers compromised the iCloud account that contained the song, they would convince a British rapper Lanty Foe to record a verse on the song, as they emailed him posing as Carti's team, basically saying they want a feature from him. Another one of these tracks that would also be recorded during this period would be Off the Grid, which many of you will be familiar with from Ye's 2021 release, Donda. This song would also be recorded around December of 2020, which we only know about because a fan actually snuck outside of a Belgian hotel they were staying at and recorded the song playing from Kanye's speakers, which the fan would upload to YouTube with the title Outside Kanye's Apartment, Playboi Carti, Whole Lotta Red leak. But this wasn't the only time Carti spoke about Ye and his work on the album, as in an article around the same time with the Interview magazine, Carti would sit down to have a conversation with Kid Cudi, who actually funnily enough featured on the album for the track Metamorphosis, which would also have a music video where Carti and Cudi sat inside one of Ye's Yeezy trucks, which was probably a gift from Ye to Carti for the shoot. Anyways, Cudi would ask Carti, Ye executive produced this record, talk about working with him, what did he bring to the project? To which Carti would reply with, Kanye is the OG, he opened my eyes to some When I got around him, I realized why I love him so much. You get what I'm saying? When I get around you, I realize why I love you so much. I even appreciate Ye for introducing me and you, being able to talk to somebody who understands what I'm saying. I got that from his whole camp. I felt that energy from everybody he deals with. I didn't feel like a loner. The world I'm trying to build, he already got it going on. Ye is on this King Vamp Cudi is on this King Vamp you're already on that. To which Cudi will reply with, Ye is the ultimate big bro, he's someone good to have in your corner, which Carti would end off with, all family vibes. It seems like Ye really believes in Carti and Carti appreciates Ye's input, with this really only being the beginning of their collaborative history, as pretty much from this point onwards, Ye and Carti would work very closely together. Now in 2021, Ye would also be slowly working towards the release of the album Donda, and to increase his productivity and speed up the completion of the album, he would move into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Carti's hometown Atlanta. Paying $1 million per day, he stayed inside of the stadium, with it seeming like Carti also spent a lot of time at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, as he would be spotted in multiple pictures and even a leaked vlog during the recording of Donda. The first clip I'll play you is Carti sitting with Kanye and the engineer working on the song Junior.
And turn them strings up.
That's it right now. I just said it, bro. I just said it. Watch it.
And me is not just.
Then this one of Ye shouting at everyone working on the album and how they need to lock in, which he ends off by playing Off the Grid.
Locked, you know, by whatever, 6 o'clock. It's gotta go up tonight, New York time, this time, on this time. That's the new, you know, that's what I'm gonna deliver while I wanna scream at everybody else.
Ain't no motherfucking game, man. It's like 8 hours left to this shit. No fucking chuckling and nothing, no kind of way.
Alright, play Off the Grid.
We off the grid, this for my kid.
Now, both of these songs would end up featuring on Donda once it officially released in the August of 2021. However, there was one song that Carti recorded solo during the Donda sessions, which didn't make it on the album or ever see an official release. 24 songs all made it this far. Personally, to me, one of Carti's best songs and probably his most notable unreleased, in which Carti reflects on his career and the success of his most recent album, struggling to take everything in. This song would be originally previewed by the song's producer, Digital Nas, in the July of that year, where it would quickly turn into a community grail, leading to the track unfortunately leaking in the March of 2023. And I say unfortunately as it now means the song will probably not see an official release. Now, these two would continue working on music together moving into 2022, this time on Donda 2. Firstly, in February, Carti and one of his emo opium goons, Burberry Eri, would perform at the album's listening party. Now, Donda 2 would actually be Kanye's first independent release after his contract with Def Jam ended, where he would announce that the album would not land on major streaming platforms but would instead be exclusively releasing on his stem player product. The album would end up having a very messy release, where some songs did drop on the stem player, with some of them being either added later down the line or leaking completely. From the Donda 2 era, we know that Carti featured on a song Mr. Miyagi alongside Future and City of Gods, where Carti can only be heard on the ad-libs. Now, back in February, when the album originally released on the stem player, Carti had posted to his Instagram a text message exchange between him and Ye, where he said, "Let's go on tour," to which Carti would respond with a picture of himself with the caption, "My funeral gon' be lit," with it obviously looking like Carti was hinting that the two had a tour on the way, which seemed feasible as the two clearly are a great duo, and with the fact Ye hadn't toured since his 2016 St. Pablo tour, which was cut short following his hospitalization due to exhaustion. And these rumors of a tour would quickly turn into rumors of a collab album, as an Instagram account that publishes celebrity gossip, Dukes Omi, I think that's how you say it, would post an Instagram story that two artists are working on an album together, where throughout the post there would be hints it was Carti and Ye. Pseudonyms: please Pablo narcissist. Subject: narcissistic forces at work. Message: block my email. Two well-known hip-hop artists share a similar story and are joining together to create an album. Both have been seen in and out of the studio together, and artist number 2 had scrapped the original concept prior to the team-up, with the scrapped project being a reference to Carti's Narcissist album, which was supposed to drop in 2021 but never ended up happening. Now, obviously, simply from the fact they said Pablo a narcissist, it's obviously about Carti and Ye, but with both artists constantly lying to their fan bases, no one really believed in this rumor. There is a higher probability that Carti and Ye both unrelease all of their music and then retire than this coming out. Breaking: two artists that never release music team up to make the hottest unreleased album in history. Now later that day, there would be more speculation created surrounding the supposed collaborative album, as Duke Somi would make another post on their Instagram story. Subject: Kanye and Carti. Message: going with the post from earlier, I can confirm I've been in the studio with them multiple times while they have worked on the album. It's a very experimental album with heavy rock elements, should be coming in the next 2 months from what I've been told, with elements of rock used on Carti's Whole Lotta Red, and the fact Ye produced it. This experimental heavy rock album was honestly slightly believable, especially with the fact that on this same day, Donda's Place, a somewhat reputable Ye fan page, would post a picture of him and Carti during the Donda sessions at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium back in 2021, with the caption "narcissistic powers," with it really looking like they were just trying to add more fuel to these rumors. Now at the time, I understand why these rumors seemed somewhat believable. Ye clearly believes the potential Carti has. They have been working very closely in the past couple of years. Ye said he wants to go on tour with Carti, insider sources hinting that the two are working on an experimental album, and with the fact that during this period, the only pictures Carti had up on his Instagram were Ye. But as the months would go by, this fantasy of a collaborative album between the two faded into nothing but a memory. Now moving into 2023, well-known insiders from the Yeezy Cord Discord server would reveal that Ye and Carti had actually planned a tour together that eventually got cancelled. Kanye and Carti tour was called Introvert, went through many creative changes and ideas, was supposed to span like 20 to 25 weeks, where they would also reveal that Lil Uzi Vert was supposed to join the tour as a special guest, which I must say is quite surprising as he wasn't featured on any of the Donda albums, nor have him and Carti had many public appearances during these times. However, it also kind of makes sense why Uzi would join in on the tour, as Ye has a huge admiration for Uzi just like he does for Carti, which he would talk about in his 2022 Drink Champs interview.
Uzi the future.
Uzi.
I just need to tell you that. Lil Uzi.
Little Uzi.
Lil Uzi, like, remember I said future?
Yes, you said it on here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got a couple.
Well, really, you know what it is? It's always two. It's always two at a time. You know what I mean? It's really Carti and Uzi. It's really Carti and Uzi. Playboi Carti and Uzi.
Now Uzi and Ye would have a slightly different relationship to what Ye had with Carti, as these two have actually been working since 2016 when Uzi first started making noise, as apparently Kanye was interested in signing Uzi all the way back in 2014, but Don Cannon beat him to it.
Then at the same time, Cannon was interested, Kanye was interested. You know, Cannon didn't want to lose him to Ye, you know what I mean? So he said, Uzi, come down to Atlanta, let me show y'all how we work. If you like how we work, you know what I mean, you can sign with us. And
which honestly I think was the right move, as Kanye's good music label hasn't been very successful. And Uzi and Kanye would maintain their relationship throughout the years, as in 2018 they would be spotted shopping together, when in an interview at the 2018 Grammys he would also reveal that they have hundreds of stuff in the vault.
You've been with Ye a lot as of recently. Ye's been cheesing very hard in photos. What's happening? Are you guys working on something? What's going on?
Me and Ye been working ever since Lil Uzi ever existed in his music career. I always knew Ye. So we got like hundreds of stuff, but trying to get it together.
Hundreds of stuff, hundreds of songs, hundreds
stuff.
What is stuff?
Stuff means it rounds about to anything that you could think of.
Okay. So a lot of music then.
All types of stuff.
With the two later that year landing their first collaboration together, as they both featured on Travis Scott's Watch, which would be the only song from the two that would ever see the light of day. Now from the moment this song was released, we literally wouldn't hear or see of Uzi and Ye for a long time. I mean, apart from randomly where in 2020 Uzi would post on his Instagram story that Kanye isn't on his level, which was probably Uzi just letting his ego get the better of him, as in 2020 Uzi was quite literally on top of the world.
On some real shit, Kanye West ain't f***ing with me. It's me. Like for real though, it's really me. Like I ain't gonna lie, like when I be making them songs and them songs only go platinum once, I do that on purpose.
Now Ye would actually reply to Uzi's story where it was clear they were just messing about. I love Uzi, I be saying the same stuff about Steve Jobs, I be feeling just like Uzi, making it seem like the two were just being playful and it wasn't anything serious. And the two would get back at it when Kanye was finishing up his Donda album in the summer of 2021, which you'll remember from earlier on in this video. Now just a week before the album's released, it seemed like Uzi felt some type of way that he was completely left off the project, even though him and Ye have hundreds of these stuffs in the vault, which led to him putting out a tweet on the 23rd of August saying Kanye a fake pastor, laughing at Ye's recent transition to a born-again Christian, potentially due to the fact he is still hanging out around with someone so satanic like Carti, with fans believing this was a way of Uzi showing he was upset he was left off of Donda. Uzi mad he the only one not on Donda, he mad his boyfriend is on Donda and he's not, with this fan suggesting Uzi was upset his once right hand man, Carti, became very close with Kanye, and Uzi would actually reply to a fan speculating he was upset he was left off of Donda, which he would reply with, chill bro before he don't send me my head bag mask thing, which was Uzi poking fun of the different masks that were worn throughout the Donda eras. But Uzi wasn't done there and would continue making things worse for himself, as shortly after the release of Donda he would be seen texting fans in an Instagram group chat that Donda sucked and that he's gonna fry that shh. Now even with Uzi's harsh comments about Ye's most recent album, the two would continue to hang out. Not only would they be spotted getting matching tattoos with Steve Lacy in the August of 2022, but in that same month Uzi would also model for Kanye's Yeezy Gap Year 30 2022 collection. And over the years that's literally all that we would get from the two. Apparently Uzi was sent Ye's You Can Be from Vultures 2, however he never ended up recording his verse for the track. And that's pretty much the backstory to Ye and Uzi. Personally I feel like if Ye and Uzi spent more time in the studio instead of going back and forth on social media, Uzi could have potentially featured on the Introvert album. I don't feel like the two had any beef or anything, it was just more so a friendly internet jokes. But even with that lack of music, it seems like Kanye still really liked Uzi, which explains why he still wanted him to accompany them on the tour. Now these Ye and Carti insiders would also say the tour was supposed to start around the February of 2023 and that it was actually cancelled due to Kanye's comments he made about Mr. Adolf and the Jews in an interview with Alex Jones. Now the thing is, if the tour was supposed to begin at the start of 2023 and obviously last until the end of that year, that would mean both artists would have barely any time to work on their own music. I mean, we know Ye dropped 2 albums in 2024, Vultures 1 and 2, and Carti has dropped several songs throughout the year, with him also working on the release of I Am Music. So if this tour did happen, would that have delayed the projects they were working on? And more information would be released about this scrapped tour, as Donda's Place would make an Instagram post showing media art for the tour, which featured introvert text over some edgy pictures where they would add that the idea was to create hundreds of simple text images and spam them all over social media platforms leading up to the tour. Now I must say we were quite literally robbed of an incredible tour. I mean, just imagine Ye, one of the most influential artists ever, teaming up with 2 of the most iconic artists that came out of the late 2010s SoundCloud era. I mean, fans on Reddit were even saying that this could have been one of the greatest rap tours in history. More recently in 2024, 42 Daily will do an interview with these Carti insiders, where they revealed Ye was extremely excited to go on tour with him.
Has there ever been talks of a Ye and Carti tour?
Yeah, there was.
And was that actually gonna happen? Like, was it actually really in the works?
Yeah, it was months before, like early in 2022. Like during the Donda 2 rollout, there was talk of a tour with Carti, and like Ye was like, he was so hyped, like he wanted to do it, like he was on board. And then like in June, he convinced Carti that they should have Uzi as an opener for the tour.
Holy.
So they were gonna do like a Kanye Carti Uzi tour, and like
Ian was also supposed to be an opener.
Yeah,
there were talks about putting Ruga on the tour at one point.
Yeah, it's kind of like split between like openers and stuff. But like in June, like they told Uzi like, hey, we want this, and Uzi was on board, and they were hoping to do like a world tour for like 20 to 25 weeks.
Oh my god.
gonna be huge. And then the tour was still gonna happen at Rolling Loud, New York, when Kanye came out for Carti. And then I think like a week later, the Nazi shit happened, so that scrapped everything. But like Rolling Loud was on board to like sponsor the whole tour and shit.
Oh my god, that would have been fucking crazy.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it would have been insane, but Kanye is his own enemy.
But of course, unfortunately, Ye went DEFCON 3. Now, even though it seemed like the idea of a collab album or a tour were in the bin, Ye and Carti would continue working closely. As in the August of 2023, an insider would reveal that Ye was working in the studio with not only Carti but also his Opium Collective. And of course, as we know, they dropped many songs together moving into 2024. Ye would be credited as a producer on Playboi Carti's 2024 and would feature in the music video that exclusively dropped on YouTube. However, it would later be revealed that apparently Ye didn't even touch the song and Earl on the beat stole the beat from someone else. Then throughout the rest of the year, Carti and Ye would put out multiple tracks, as Carti would not only feature on Vultures 1 and 2, but would also be at multiple listening parties for their albums. With his feature on Carnival alongside Rich the Kid and Ty Dolla $ign, Carti would land his first #1 Billboard hit. With that really wrapping up all the work that I have done so far that we know of. Soon Carti will hopefully drop his iMusic album, where it is rumoured Ye has done a lot of production for the project. So of course we know that the album between Carti and Ye didn't happen, and that the Introvert tour with Uzi was cancelled due to the controversial things Ye was saying around this time. A huge shame, as this would have been an insane tour. However, I can definitely see Ye and Carti working on something like this again in the future. It's clear they both love working together, so I can't see why this wouldn't be a possibility in the future. I mean, apart from the fact both of them are complete liars. Anyways, that's the Kanye West and Playboi Carti and Lil Uzi Vert album / tour that was unfortunately scrapped. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.